Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of online learning. So I'm looking through the learning targets for this week, and I just wanted to kind of like go over them and see if maybe breaking them down would be all right for today. I have you guys doing an assignment right now, and at least for now, while you're working on that assignment, I'll at least break this down for you guys so that you aren't missing these standards, right? Sorry if you hear the music in the background. It's really bad weather today, and my dog is petrified of like storms, so I play music and so it soothes him. All right, so one of the standards, or the main standard that we're working on, is the writing an argument standard, right? So when you're writing an argument, you're trying to support a claim. So I always use the claim or that dogs are better than cats. I've had both. I love both equally. So this is not like me trying to, but for the sake of this, we're going to use that argument, right? So it says the student has to know that the speaker influences how an argument is written. So if I am talking about the idea that dogs are better than cats, right? I, as the speaker, can tell, kind of guide you on that opinion, right? So if I'm telling you dogs are better than cats because, they can be used as service animals, because they're loyal, because they stick by you. When cats, cats are aloof, cats, do what they want, all that stuff, right? If I'm telling you that, then you can assume that she probably likes dogs way more than she likes cats. So, you're going to start to sort of lean in that direction, right? That understanding of, okay, she likes dogs, and everything that I say about the cats is going to be negative. Why? Because I'm leaning towards dogs, right? Think politics. When somebody is siding with one side or the other, right? They're gonna bash the other side, their opposite side, whichever side it is, right? If it's one, if you have a Democrat talking about Republicans, they're going to say everything bad about Republicans. And if you have a Republican talking about Democrats, they're going to try to defunct everything that the Democrats say. So it's both sides, right? That's how it is with everything. So when you're writing an argument, when you're writing any sort of any sort of argument, you know that you have to be able to, one, support your claim, and two, you need to word it so that the reader knows that you are swaying that way, right? The reader needs to know which way you're going, right? So everything that you use to support it has to be it has to be something of consistency, right? You can't just be like, dogs are better than cats because I really like dogs. Okay, great, but why? You know what I mean? So that's kind of that's the center of any paper that you're gonna write. Whatever your argument is, or whatever your point is, what is your claim, right? So whenever you're writing, and we focus a lot on argumentative essays, right? Because we want you to be able to prove your point, right? So this kind of so I'm going to pause the lesson, and I need you to see it from the perspective of real life. So in real life, outside of the schoolhouse, when you're asked something, or when you're asked to prove something, if you don't have evidence, if you don't sound like you know what you're talking about, people are going to look at you and be like, okay, so yeah, that's what you want, but you couldn't give me valid evidence as to why this is what you want. so I'm not going to deliver, right? So I want, for example, I want a parking spot that is close by my house. I want the one that is right in front of my house. If I tell the association of my neighborhood, hey, I want this parking spot, and they ask me why, and I say, well, because it's close to my house, they're gonna be like, okay. You know, they might not give it to me. Because why? Because I didn't give them substantial evidence as to why I should have that parking spot. So if I say, okay, well, my grandmother is, has trouble walking because she's got a surgery in such and such an area, and she needs the proximity. She needs the parking spot close. It would make her life easier. It would also help, with, I don't know, like, what else? I could say like that, the grandma thing. I could say, okay, well, it's very close to my property, so I'd rather it be my car that is, parking there as opposed to like a stranger's car. I can see with my camera, my Ring camera downstairs, I can see that my car is safe, whereas if I have to park it far away, I'm not gonna, so you're giving them, okay, now you're giving them substantial evidence. Now you're giving them proof. Like, okay, look, my grandmother's needs the extra help. I need the security because, they could steal my car. Like you're starting to now build on your evidence. It's not, hey, I want this. Why? Because I want it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to convince people one way or the other when you have proof, right? So that's what I'm trying to get at. You can't have these like weak claims. You can't have these like the why because I want it kind of claims, right? That's not going to work for you. So when you're writing an essay, you have to do the same thing. It has to be the same way, right? If you're going to ask your parents, you want this new phone, why do you want the new phone? Because I want it. No, that doesn't work that way, right? You come up with all these elaborate like reasons. Okay, I can do my homework on this new phone, Ma. I can open my teacher's Google Slides that she sends me through my new phone. If you start giving substantial evidence. Do the same thing when you're writing these essays. Obviously your evidence needs to be quotes from whatever passage we're giving you, right? So if you're picking a side on an argument, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to look for quotes, right, that have the evidence that sways the reader in your direction. Do you see what I'm saying? So you'll see there's two sides to every, or we'll give you like, sometimes we give you 3 different articles, and one of them will sway one way. One of them is all about dogs and how dogs are awesome. Then the other one is how cats are awesome. And then one is like, a veterinarian talking about, the benefits of both. Okay. So now you get to pick, all right. We're telling you, write an argumentative essay based off of these 3 articles. You get to pick which way you want to go. And then you get to pick the quotes, in other words, the evidence that you're going to use to sway whoever your reader might be, which is usually your teacher, right? You're going to be able to sway your teacher in that direction, right? No, okay, Lily likes dogs. I couldn't tell because, she was writing, she did both. She didn't pick an argument. Her argument is loose. It's hard to tell, right? So that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on, before you even start writing, you need to pick what your argument is going to be. What is your claim? Once you create your claim, then you can start looking for evidence. Then you can start looking for, what kind of reasoning you can explain yourself. You can, all that fluffs, right? Get it? Cool? Okay, bye guys.